WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. I think regardless of, well, let's just ask right off the bat here. Mania or Rumble? 1A, 1B, 1-2, which one you got?
Yeah, I think this is a safe bet, the 1-2. Like you can't get away from how important these two are. Mania is your Super Bowl, right? And Royal Rumble kind of paves that path to get to the Super Bowl. What teams are going to be in it? And I think that's huge as well. To me, I could go back and forth. We thought about this. We kind of did our research, kind of thought about what it is, but there's so many things to it. There's the prestige of these two events and what they mean to WWE. They're huge. And what the Rumbles became. We already got a comment here. Oh, no.
From the Bret Hart. Let me ref the Goldberg match. Oh, man. If Bret Hart could somehow ref that match, that would be glorious. That would, in fact, be glorious.
Oh, my God. That would add so much to it. But, yeah, this is, to me, Royal Rumble sets up for Mania. That's big. But there's only one WrestleMania a year. And to me, it's the Super Bowl, whether it's the set, the design, the wardrobes, the surprises, or the storytelling. I think WrestleMania is in a league of its own.
I'm inclined to agree for the most part. I will say from a physical being there standpoint, I do prefer the Royal Rumble. I've been to both. I've been lucky enough to go to Royal Rumbles, and I've been lucky enough to go to WrestleManias. And from a fan perspective, the Royal Rumble itself, that event, it's just more engaging throughout the entire night as a whole because you're on the edge of your seat the entire night. So from a live watching perspective, Royal Rumble takes the cake for me. Now, I haven't been to every single WWE PLE, so maybe I'm missing something somewhere else down the line. We can talk about that more as the show goes on. But I do think you're right from a viewing perspective. Anywhere else, whether you're at home with your friends or you're at a bar or whatever the case may be, Mania is the one that is the spectacle. It's got all the pomp and circumstance. It is the Super Bowl that you're looking for. It is all the entrances, it's where all the storylines that you've been anticipating. That's where they're crescendoing. So it's got the history, it's got the legacy, and has every WrestleMania been great or perfect? No, I was at WrestleMania 27. But
right, no, yeah. Oh my God. We talked about that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm right there with you. That's how I view it. And with Mania being 2 nights now, the SummerSlam that we have coming up being 2 nights, does it change your view at all if the Royal Rumble happens to go to 2 nights and we get the men's on one night, women's on one night, and it just feels like a bigger, because I think that's where the bigger events are going. They're going to 2 nights, man.
Right. I like I said, I'm not sliding the Rumble at all. I think there's times I look forward to the Rumble more than I do WrestleMania because you get that 30-man over the top rope, you get the surprise returns, you get the shock and all. I mean, there's so many memorable moments. I could say probably just as many in the Rumble that I remember as Mania. Considering every other PLE, it's probably, a fraction of what these two are. So to me, yeah, I think I'd like 2 nights. I think there's enough talent you could showcase. And I think they have an opportunity. There are a lot of superstars that don't get shine. And that's where you could have some singles matches, some other matches that we could really spotlight, IC title matches, tag title matches, things like that maybe you don't get on the Rumble because it is one night.
It's actually a really, really great point in that, okay, what are the PLEs that are out there making moments? Well, the quote-unquote term is WrestleMania moment. We hear that over and over again, WrestleMania moment. And then I think coming in second to your point of like, okay, what are some of the things that we talk about with returns and surprises? It's probably the Royal Rumble, man. I mean, I was there in 2020 when Edge came back. One of the most shocking things I've ever seen in my life. But we talk about those sorts of things all the time. John Cena coming back in Madison Square Garden.
Oh my
The double finish or the double over the top rope that's been and feet touching and Kofi Kingston saves. All of those moments, we talk about those through time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I love the Rumble. I love every minute of it, the countdown clock, everything since, it's evolved so much from what it used to be. And I think that's kind of a little different than what we expected because you have, WrestleMania has been around since 85. Rumble didn't
Mm-hmm.
really start to pick up steam till 91, 92. So it used to be Big Four. And now I guarantee you it is like the Big Two, in my opinion. And I think that's where this argument kind of stems. It's these. It's if you're making, a top two list, it's a Rumble, it's Mania, without a doubt.
All right, nerdy moment, but is this a good comparison? Is the Royal Rumble your fantasy football league draft day? Like, is that
Oh,
the level of excitement? And then Mania still stays championship week, Super Bowl, everything on top.
yeah. I think that's a very good analogy for it because I think we do get more hype for the Royal Rumble match than
Right,
probably anything. But
right,
if you're
right,
going
right.
from a show standpoint, you get hype for Mania over everything else. So it's like I said, it's a yin yang. You can't have one without the other, and I think that's what makes it so special.